All right, so for our friends playing along at home, quickly before we dive into 524, we will check 512 and 521. We're mainly just looking at answers, but if anything doesn't make sense, then we'll talk about how to do the questions. I need to spend a couple weekend days trying to get my answer keys caught up.
Like, do you have them from last year, or do you, like, redo them every year?
Last year I did exactly this, and I meant to, then get back on to doing my answer keys, because this class has the awkward mix of Math 7, Math 8. So anytime we're in Math 7, I have all of those done. Because, speaking quite frankly, normally the regular Math 7 class, they need a bit more help, right? Just because, you guys have math brains. You got to identify it as being a bit more math strong. You got, this is fine to check answers, but, my answer keys will have the work shown, right? So it's they're better. So I want to get back on it. I doubt I'll do any answer keys tonight while I pass out candy. Speaking of, if you would like to try the annual challenge that I throw down ever since I've lived in Worthington, technically I'm in Columbus, but so if you know where Hard Road is, which I sure hope you know where Hard Road is because you live in Worthington, it takes you to Kilbourne High School that way. And you know where Smoky Row is, and if you don't even know what Smoky Row is, that's where Little Caesars is. So if you don't know Smoky Row, you probably now know where Little Caesars is.
Pardon interruption. Lee Harris, please come to the Perry office. Lee, please come to the Perry office.
I live this direction. However, if you get to Sawmill, you've gone too far. Because the next big road, this direction, is Sawmill. That is as specific as I will tell you. But I will be handing out candy tonight. I will probably have a fire on the front driveway because it's going to be cold as all get out.
So you're on the Kilbourne side?
Not real. I mean, I'm on the Kilbourne side of the river. But I'm on, the other side of Smoky. Because Smoky's kind of like a divider road up there.
Oh, yeah.
Find me and you get a handful of candy.
You know what? Do you
Do
want
I-
to write down
In your bin, there are sticky notes.
Leave it up there.
If you hit Sawmill, you've gone too far.
Wait a minute.
And yes, my wife will be handing out candy with me.
Your wife is so beautiful.
I know. Tell me about it. Because she married someone like me, right? She must be awesome. I gotta roll my eyes for if I show this to Chelsea later. Married someone like me. She's gonna laugh her pants off at that. All right, 521. There was a tough fraction buster problem, but I don't know if it was on either of these. There was a pretty darn tough fraction buster problem that I wanted to talk about. Yeah, the really tough fraction buster problem. Guys, I will warn you. I keep telling you guys, this math starts to become not so nice. So this doesn't have to do with 521. It doesn't even have to do with homework that is due tomorrow. But pause a moment, because I talked about this problem with somebody this morning, and I said, hey, we should probably talk about that together. On 523, on the back, this problem. Part B. I'm pretty sure the fraction buster value you end up needing to use is the product of 3, 7, and 5, which is 105. So you're probably going to be multiplying everything not by 105, because I wanted to review fraction busters really quickly. So if we're going to use 105 as our fraction buster, get this out if you don't have it out. Remember that as we're fraction busting, you only actually need to multiply by what's left. So 105, we would divide by 3. Guys, look up here. You can hold your pencil, but look up here for a second. if we got our fraction buster by doing 3 times 7 times 5, and now we're going to divide by 3, what is 7 times 5? 35, and that's what we're actually going to multiply the a plus 4 by. When we divide by the 7, 105 divided by 7, well, you get left with 3 times 5. What's 3 times 5? 15. And then when we divide by 5, what are you left with? Well, the 3 times 7. So 21 times the a plus 7. That's your first step to that fraction busting problem. Then you got to make sure the 35 multiplies to both pieces. Got to make sure the 21 multiplies to both pieces. This is a tough problem. You might need a Post-it or some graph paper or something to have enough space to do all of your work. That is a tough problem. I just wanted to give you a push in the right direction. So I went to the chiropractor last night, and they did x-rays and stuff, and they were talking to me about, oh, you're a teacher, where do you teach, and all that sort of stuff. I was trying to explain to them about Phoenix, and they just kept getting more confused, and I'm really just trying to kill time while you guys are checking your answers. But eventually, I just had to explain to them, because they're like, oh, do you need a doctor's note? Because I need to leave school early today to go back and go over the x-rays and get adjusted with them. I was like, no, I like to leave school early. I don't need a doctor's note. It's fine. And they're like, why? I said, because our team is awesome, like my teaching team, and because you guys are awesome. And I hopefully we can trust that if we leave you a teacher or two down, right? If when teachers have appointments, that we can trust you guys. Yeah, thanks for being awesome. It was very funny to try to explain Phoenix to a total outsider because my chiropractor's up in Powell, so they don't quite know what Phoenix is. Any questions? Anything you got wrong up here? I ended up telling them I just hit the teacher jackpot. Like I won the teacher lottery. Like how you guys won the lottery coming to Phoenix. I think I won the teacher lottery.
There's a great chiropractor, and it's like right near KMS.
I mean, hopefully most chiropractors are pretty great because if they're messing with people's backs, they better be good.
Okay.
No questions? This is recorded, so you guys can always go back and keep checking answers later. Like it's going to be the first few minutes of my lesson from today. So we should probably dive into the lesson so that we can try to have some time at the end to work on homework. You can always go back and keep checking those AO or extensions. The video will be uploaded. So let's make sure we have 524 in front of, well, actually, most of this is practice work, all of it. But guys, I would keep this out because we're probably going to have time to work on it at the end of class, hopefully. So I would keep this out. Keep out whatever else you want to work on. But since this dives right into practice work, what else do you need out?
Pencil.
Graph paper. Well, of course, a pencil. Come on. Would anyone like to read? Like
I do.
aloud. Of course you do, Maddie. So, Maddie, you want to read about Sarah?
Oh gosh, of course it's Sarah. Sarah has agreed to help with her younger sister's science fair.
Hey, science fair. Oh, my B. I want to make this one bigger. All right, here we go.
Her sister planted string beans in 2 pots. She's using a different fertilizer in each pot to see which one will grow the tallest plant. Currently, plant A is 4 inches tall and grows 2/3 inch per day, while plant B is 9 inches tall and grows 1/2 inch per day. If the plant continues growing at these rates, in how many days will the 2 plants be the same height? Which plant will be tallest in 6 weeks? Write a system of equations in solve.
So this is where I'm going to start to let you guys have some mathematical freedom. And some of you might be mad that I didn't tell you go ahead and get a Chromebook out, but totally up to you. Once you write an equation for both of these, and we're going to try to use function notation like we talked about yesterday, that whole like f of x or g of x or h of x or k of x, right, where we can like replace y with something else because we have 2 different plants. Then I want you to use whatever method you want to try to solve when the plants will be the same height. So after how long, and what will the height be? So like what we were doing yesterday, but now you can use whatever method you want. Table, graphing, algebra, right? Whatever you want. Desmos, whatever you want. I'm with you, Charlie. It's like Charlie raised their hand right as I said Desmos and just put it right back down. I think you have everything you need. I'll highlight, because I know it's annoying when this isn't color coded. I'll highlight up here. But I think we just have plants A and B, right? Oh, come on. I just need to sit at the side and do nothing. I'm okay with that. Purple's so dark. It just doesn't show up.
I love purple though. Purple's the best. The chosen one touch it. Yeah,
I'm
I'm
still gonna turn a little past it.
so awesome. Wow.
Choose A2. No, okay. You just need to start from. Go ahead. I've been uploaded. Plant A is our first plant. I guess they did change the software that it's not as dark anymore. It lightens up. So days is our labels. So we could start with our first equation, A of X, right? Because plant A, we're going to use X as our input pretty much always.
Wait, Maddie, can you move just for a second so I can see what it says?
They're upside down. Like
Okay, sorry, wait.
on the back of a cereal box or whatever. Because if it's right side up, you'll immediately look at it and go, oh, the answer to A is whatever. But my goal is, yes, the answer is this. So you can double check that you're doing it right. Okay, if this doesn't bother you, I'm very surprised. I see some people are fans of Desmos. I wonder what it would take for my YouTube channel to get flagged. Because I really want to put on music right now. So I do have my recording software set up that it shouldn't really capture the music that I'm playing. It tries to like wipe it out. So let's see what happens.
Is that good? Is everybody like that?
Maddie, a lesson you should learn young in life is you're never going to make everyone happy.
Well, we were so trying.
Nah. I'm going to push the boundaries, live on the edge. I don't even know what, like Carmen, Ohio? I think you're confusing me with DJ Hudcap. He takes requests.
Please, I'll do anything.
I will not get sued. My video might get taken down, but what I'm curious about is if the sound comes through in the video or not. So I'm doing this as a test, actually. I don't have to upload this recording. I can do the afternoon class, right? I can always record the other class too. So do not be worried about me. It is all okay. What they do first is they mute your video. Because I had some old videos up that I had made in high school. Quite frankly, it was us like doing some silly things in the woods, but I had copyrighted music on my video. And what they do is they just mute your video. They make it so there's no sound. That's what they do. And then they'll send you a little email that says like, hey, stop doing this, or pay royalties. Because they'll let you put the song in it, if then it's like they get money off of it, sort of thing. Even to use Desmos, though, I gotta have those equations. So, Cora, can you help me with my A of X? Yeah, what I would write as the equation. Awesome. x. Charlie, can you help me with b of x? Plant B, what equation? Even if you're going to use Desmos, we got to be able to write out what the equation is. You can either start where it starts or start by talking about its growth. Do you want to start where it starts or start with its growth? Sure. What's the growth for plant B? Where did it start? There we go. There's your two equations. Excuse me. Tricky, tricky, tricky. Which plant will be tallest after 6 weeks? I don't want the out loud answer quite yet, and I'm using cards, sorry. Bud. Talk with your partner, make sure you guys agree. So not only when will they be the same height, but which plant will be taller after 6 weeks? Algebra happening. That's graphing happening. We're gonna do algebra back here, or what are we doing? Desmos algebra. So that means that's also. What about after 6 weeks? Now wait, what was x? Like up on the when you plugged in x in our equation, was x weeks or was x something else? Our x is our days. Guys, your x is your days. Your x-axis, your input, what we're working with is days. You just look sort of dazed.
Can I work on my homework in the meantime?
I mean, you could work on it in the kind time also. Why's it got to be mean time? It's a heavy eye roll from Owen right there. Here's also why we love Desmos. We can type in function notation, a of x or b of x, and we can change colors if you long hold, right? So if we want to long hold and change colors, but if we Desmos and we look for the intersection, we get 30, 24. That 30 is what? 30 days. The 24 is what? Inches, right? We need to pull our label from the problem. However, if you have not written out the algebra for this, we would set up just one equation equal to the other equation, right? So I'm going to use yellow since I haven't yet. 2/3 x plus 4 equal to 1/2 x plus 9. If I gave bonus points, this would be worth bonus points. What's the best way to start this solution process? Oh, and I want to call on you because you're over there working on homework and you asked me. So what's the best way?
I converted the 1/2 and the 2/3 into sixths, so it would make it easier to subtract 1/2 x from each side.
You could, but there's a better way. That's totally fine. You're just driving a little further than you need to get to Florida. many ways to get to Florida. We're going to Disney. We're going to Disney. Not Disney. Where do we want to go? Cedar Point? Sandusky? Many ways to get to Sandusky.
I thought my cat did.
Alex, do you know the best way? Sorry, I couldn't tell if that was your hand. Aquan? What do you mean? Say more. Aquan said fraction busters. What could we do here?
Multiply both sides
By
by 6.
on both sides.
I already said.
I know, but you guys forgot about the backup singers, didn't you? Who ruined it, by the way? Someone told the afternoon class about the backup singers, and they already knew before they showed up.
What? Y'all, Cora, you look suspicious.
Yeah, Cora looks a little guilty.
I didn't think it was a secret.
It didn't need to be, but they came in and they're like, "What is this about, like backup singers?" And I was like, "Oh, you just wait." All right, so if we fraction bust, if you're not good at this yet, look up here. 6 divided by 3 leaves us with 2, so 2 times 2x, 4x. 6 times 4, that we just straight up do, 24. 6 divided by 2, 3 times 1, okay, 3x, and 6 times 9, 54. Questions on the fraction busting? And now everything's much better numbers to work with. Now, I had put them in my pocket because I was like, that'll be a good idea. And, then Ella, what's the best move now? I got 4x, 24, 3x, and 54. There's a better first move. You're right, we're gonna do that. We like to think about the variables first. Yeah, if I'm doing variable work, we're taking 3x away. Ooh, and that takes me down to a single x, which is nice. Now I'm gonna follow what Ella said and take away the 24. On both sides. Maybe like some smooth sax or something like that. Get a little saxophone and trumpet and trombone. You always need a brass section.
Beatrix, you can play cello, and then Gus can play oboe.
Guys, no joke. Like, completely serious. What I'm about to start up, because it's just taking me some time to get going, is our Math Counts Club, which we're really mainly this year probably just going to compete with the Worthington clubs. But Math Counts also has a video contest. I should probably be ready to share it with you guys. All right, I'll get it ready to share with you guys. But there's a really cool contest that we can enter where, like, you make a video showing how to solve a math problem, but it's not, like, lame, like you talk through showing how to solve a math problem. Like, you, like, act it out. You, like, make it in real life. I'll show you guys some examples at some point. What other problems do we want to do? Let's try this one real quick. Hey, I need everyone with me because this is different than what we've tried before. Let's write down on our paper, and I might do this on graph paper just so I have it to share with people that maybe aren't here for class today. We're going to write down y equals 2/5 x minus 5. But then the other equation that we have and guys, this is where, like, analyzing what you're going to be doing before you start helps. Is that second equation ready? Like, is it in y equals form?
No.
Amir, hands off keyboard. We're doing this together. So I know that I'm going to have to mess with that second equation. I'm going to put it over here and leave some space to do work with it. Plus. On your paper. So you can use Desmos to verify when you're done, but on your paper, I need you and your team get that second equation fixed, right, to the y equals form. Get it to only one y, and that, well, you don't necessarily have to just get it to 1y, I guess. But then figure out where the solution to this system is, assuming that there is a solution. We see a problem on our homework where there isn't a solution. Do you want your y to be negative? Just ask.
Oh no, we subtracted 3x.
You're confusing me with DJ Hudcap. At least having two equations written down. So, did you leave yourself space to work? No, not up here by this equation, right? This is the equation we're going to need to work. We want to get the y by itself. So you need to get rid of the 3x and get rid of the 2. You guys need to figure out how. Right? So I would write this equation down again somewhere to give space to work and then do the algebra to get rid of the 3x and get rid of the 2. These are the same. It's just my graph paper is this. Like this, these go together. Those equations go together as one problem. We're trying to find where the solution is, where the lines cross. You need both of those. You think, do we work on? First, we've got to work on this to get it to y equals. Then we're going to use both. We have a lot of variety. My wife likes Halloween more than I do. We have spent more money on candy than I would like to, but I'm the one saying like they can have 2, and Chelsea's like they're cute. You can take like 5. I'm like I'm gonna run out of candy. Fine. See what I mean? My wife is a softie. Yes.
When I was 6 years old, I passed out candy and
It's on that.
Summer.
It's on like that.
What if I
one
choose
side
one?
It's like with the.
Okay. I will tell you. Where are my other markers?
they give you an option.
Okay, there is a lake. Actually, the witch's hat is perfect. No, well, it's not over at Sawmill. There's a lake down here, right? And there's a big windmill.
Are you talking about the windmill like apartment complex?
Like the windmill by the car dealership. So this lake, right? I'm in the neighborhood, like up here, right? Wherever I forget where that lake is, but
So you know how
there's some sign. There's a sign near the lake that says some neighborhood name. I forget what
You know
it
how
is.
there's the road and then there's the car dealership to the left
Yeah.
of the road? Where's the lake? Like,
The lake's on the right side of the road. It's on the opposite side of the car dealerships.
the road's here.
Oh my gosh.
I'm confused.
All right, we're gonna do math first because we're caring way too much about trick or treat, and I realize what time it is now. In this right equation that we need to fix, Simon, did you guys figure out what to do first over here? All right, so if you guys didn't figure that out, make sure that we're paying really careful attention while while we go over it, okay? Owen, can you tell me what to do over here first?
So you have to subtract 3x on both sides.
Yeah, if I divide by 2 right now, I mean, things are gonna get messy no matter what, but I don't really want to do that yet. So we subtract 3x. Are there x's over here? No, but does it matter? No. I can move whatever I want, wherever I want, because algebra. You could do minus 3x if you really want. You could do plus negative, up to you. Now, Beatrix, what do we do now? Wait, you did what? But if I subtract 1y, now over here I'm going to have minus 1y. So we probably shouldn't do that. How else could I turn 2y into 1y? Divide by 2 on both sides. Now, here's the tricky part. I got some people not paying attention. This division by 2 happens to everything. So when we get down to our y, we really have 9 divided by 2, which is like, 4.5. Or I could have written 9 divided by 2. Minus 1.5. Gross. Ooh! But I remember, hold on, 2/5. How many tenths is 2/5? 4 tenths, right? So if I rewrite this, I really have 0.4x minus 5. If I switch this into decimal form, there was another type of fraction busters, but it was a different alliteration. It was decimal destroyers. What could I multiply? What could I multiply now guys, you could right now put 0.4x minus 5 equal to 4.5. You could right now put them equal to each other. Or, check it. What if I multiply everything by 10? Like legit everything. Do you trust me? I'm trying to make math easier because I know it's tough. Guys, watch. 10y equals 4x minus 50, right? Everything. And 10y equals 45 minus 15x. 10y. Does 10y equal 10y? So we can still equal values method because 10y equals 10y. Now we could have also just set this expression equal to this expression and then multiplied by 10 because you can multiply by 10 whenever you want. But guys, 10y equals 10y, so they're still equal. So 4x minus 50 at some point, now I'm going to flip this order around because I'm going to put my x first. I'm going to go negative 15x plus 45. Do we now know how to do the algebra? Yeah. Which x should we get rid of first? The negative, because who likes negatives?
I do.
You may go ahead and pack up if you are happy with your algebraic skills. Otherwise, I will keep solving this. I will keep writing my work out if you want to keep getting it into your notes. Oh, this even works out nice. No, what's 95 divided by 19? 5. Because guys, think about it. What's 5 times 20? 100. Right? So this is 19 fives. Have a wonderful day. Dress in layers tonight. You're gonna freeze. Dress in layers. Wear gloves. Wear a hat.